Hello, I'm Rachel Jones for the Finance News Network. Joining me from Immutep is Executive Director and CEO Marc Voigt. Marc, welcome back to FNN.
Thank you for having me.
Now, can you briefly describe what Immutep is doing, just in case someone listens in who is new to the story?
Of course, Immutep is a biotech company. We are active in immuno-oncology as well as in autoimmune diseases. We are globally leading in terms of a specific immune checkpoint called LAG-3, and indeed the most promising immune checkpoint beyond PD-1 and CTLA-4, where you have multi-billion-dollar blockbuster drugs approved. We are operationally active in Australia, in Europe, as well as in the United States. We are duly listed on the ASX as well as on NASDAQ global markets.
Now, in December, Immutep has been reporting data in breast cancer. Can you explain those results for us, please?
Yes, those results are indeed pretty significant for us, and I believe also for the field. We presented at the San Antonio Breast Cancer Conference, which is one of the top-ranking breast cancer conferences globally, data from our APEX study, so a clinical trial which tests eftilagimod, our leading product candidate, together with the standard of care chemotherapy, paclitaxel, in a controlled double-blind setting, meaning that neither the patient nor the doctor knows what the patient is getting, either paclitaxel plus placebo or paclitaxel plus eftilagimod. And we reported for the first time overall survival data, obviously very, very relevant. And in that data set, we saw overall an improvement for the patients receiving eftilagimod, and in predefined subgroups, even though interim results already statistically significant, for instance, in patients below 65 years, a clinically meaningful median overall survival benefit of more than 7 months, and again, statistically significant with a very good hazard ratio. And in patients with a lower immune status, so-called low monocyte count, even more than 9 months median overall survival benefit, statistically significant, the hazard ratio there of 0.47, meaning that the risk of dying, and this is what overall survival is all about, is reduced by 53% in patients in that study receiving eftilagimod. So that was very, very important. And maybe even more important, we can actually link those results to the mode of action of eftilagimod. It's an immune booster, if you like. So we trigger the antigen presenting cells and then lead via the physiological way to more CD8 T cells, CD4 and NK cells, so important immune cells which are fighting cancer. And indeed, we saw in the eftilagimod arm statistically significant over time increase of cytotoxic CD8 T cells, and we were able to link those increases to an improvement in overall survival. So we saw the proof of concept, proof of principle, and it was the very first time a so-called antigen presenting cell activator has been showing in a double-blind randomized fashion meaningful results in terms of overall survival.
Absolutely. So how is FD now positioned, and where could it be in a year from now?
So eftilagimod saw a lot of data in the last year. In the anti-PD-1 combination, in a trial we do together with Merck, for instance, or another one with Pfizer, and then the data, of course, in December. So right now, eftilagimod is positioned, we believe, as a first-in-class antigen-presenting cell activator, so a new class of immuno-oncology products. I believe we are leading there. We are now engaging in terms of regulatory discussions, and we also announced that we will do additional clinical trials and enlarge existing clinical trials. So in a year from now, we could be in a very different position. We will see a lot of data. In between, we should have maybe the prerequisites from a regulatory point of view to move ahead, also to learn about potential phase 3 studies. So yeah, could be significantly different compared to today's status.
And Marc, in general, how has the start been in 2021 so far?
We had a busy start and we continue to be busy in various different aspects. So we have, for instance, completed the recruitment in second-line head and neck cancer of the trial we do together with Merck, so TACTI 002 or Keynote 798. And we have been also very busy in terms of hiring new staff. So we are actually hiring. We entered the year in excellent financial conditions. So stronger financial position than we ever had since we deal with leg 3. So close to 55 million Australian dollars cash on bank, disclosed in our last 4C. There has been a setback in the GSK program, so a clinical trial has been discontinued in ulcerative colitis, but this could happen, especially as this drug is a potential game changer in the way you treat autoimmune diseases. So you have a variety of different autoimmune indications to choose from. The phase 1 in psoriasis was successful, the ulcerative colitis phase 2, unfortunately not. But I don't believe that this is, in the great scheme of things, a big setback, even though, of course, it's not good for the patients. In all other respects, we have been moving forward. Also, our partner in China for eftilagimod, EOC, they initiated a new clinical trial in metastatic breast cancer, double-blind, randomized, following our success with APEC.
And Marc, what are the next potential catalysts and events?
Yeah, sure. So we should have a busy year. A number of catalysts and events are coming. So we are, on the one hand side, prioritize the regulatory interactions. So we will discuss with the FDA and EMA. Also, we will see, of course, more data and final data, for instance, in APEC regarding overall survival. In the study we do together with Merck from the Pfizer study. Also, our preclinical product candidate IMP 761 should move ahead. Let's see, maybe we are in a position to publish some more data there. And then we will remain very active in business development and all other aspects. And also, there might be a change coming for the LAG-3 space as such. From Bristol Myers Squibb, they are working on anti-LAG-3, so not a competition for eftilagimod, but for our worldwide exclusive partner Novartis. They licensed such a program, anti-LAG-3 program, from us years ago. And they report BMS on a phase 3 clinical trial, which may lead to LAG-3 being the next fully validated checkpoint after PD-1 and CTLA-4. So should be very busy. We hope for good outcomes. We will work hard for that and we'll try to deliver.
Marc Voigt, thanks so much for the update and best of luck for what seems to be a very busy year ahead.
Thank you so much.